Hi, everybody. This is Aaron Mesh with Willamette Week. Today, I'm talking to Dr. Jenny Liu at Portland State University. Dr. Liu is with the Toulon School of Urban Studies and Planning as a professor there. And perhaps more germane to the conversation we're having today, she's the assistant director of the Northwest Economic Research Center and serves on the Governor's Council of Economic Advisors. And those are important bona fides to bring up because today we're talking about a sort of strange twist in Oregon's economy that has been reported in the past few weeks, which is how many businesses say they're having trouble hiring, that the jobs market is soft and that they are finding it difficult to find employees. If you walk down the streets of Portland right now, you'll see plenty of sandwich boards offering incentives for people to come work. Yesterday I was walking down 23rd and saw a sandwich board advertising a $1,000 one-time bonus for anybody who wanted to be a cook at McMenamins, which leads to the question, everybody's been at home for a year and you would think would be eager for jobs. Why are businesses having such a hard time finding people? So, Dr. Liu, why are businesses having such a hard time finding people?
Yeah, I mean, it's a combination of a lot of different factors, I think. One of the really key reasons is that you're still seeing a lot of people really being hesitant about the level of risk that they might put themselves into at the specifically more customer facing types of jobs or jobs where they have to go into people's homes. So exposing themselves to that kind of risk and potentially contracting the virus and bringing it home to family members who might be more vulnerable or who might not be able to get vaccinated is definitely still causing a lot of uncertainty for a good number of people, especially as they're watching, all of the virus numbers going up and down throughout the year. Another really key factor I think that a lot of people have been talking about is really about the childcare situation. So I don't know if you saw that our Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, was talking about how more than 4 million women went out of the workforce during the last year because of unexpected childcare or family care situations. And a lot of those women, maybe about half of those women, haven't come back into the workforce, mainly because a lot of children are still not fully back in school. Childcare facilities are not open. And disproportionately, women are the ones that are thrust into caregiving positions in their families. And so anytime when there is uncertainty in that situation, it definitely disallows a large portion of our workforce to get back into work.
The conservative or business lobby talking point, certainly the Republican talking point, has been that the entitlement checks were just too large, that people were given a bailout by the feds and are staying home because it is that's what I'm looking for here, because it is better compensated not to work than to work. Is that true? Is that a little true? Is that entirely nonsense?
I think that the amount and the duration of a lot of these unemployment benefits that were put into place were really there to help the people who are really the lowest earning portion of our population. And I think that is exactly what it's doing. It's helping the people who really need to take care of their families and really stay out of work for those reasons that are not because they are just earning so much that they're not getting back to work. I think that one thing that these unemployment benefits does allow for a little bit more of is the ability for people to, when they are looking for new jobs now, spend more time to find jobs that may be more suited to their abilities or their skills and their just general situation. And it also allows for people to look for jobs that might be higher paid and have a better balance in terms of living wage versus the risks that they're taking. So I don't necessarily agree with the viewpoint that the increase in benefits are keeping people out of work permanently.
Does anything stand out from you when you look at the Oregon jobs market that we haven't discussed yet?
Um, Anything that stands out? I think Oregon is definitely seeing some changes in terms of the in and out migration of whether Oregon is um, becoming a more attractive location for workers to be throughout this pandemic when so many people are starting to work remotely and from home. So I think there's some changes in terms of whether people are migrating into Oregon or where they're being located in Oregon that I think will be really interesting to keep an eye out on.
Please tell me more about that. Does that mean that you're seeing more people come into Oregon or less people come into Oregon?
I don't have those numbers in front of me, so you'll have to refer to the state economist numbers for that. But I think there's definitely some trends towards moving towards locations where you have easy access to natural amenities, especially during these pandemic times when people are really wanting to access easy outside natural recreation while still maintaining their distance from others. So I think a lot of locations are here in Oregon are really seeing a lot of that. Places like Hood River, places like Bend are definitely seeing kind of an uptick in the number of people that are kind of attracted to those places, even more so than before.
Those are the places I want to live. I think it's a problem. I am concerned about this trend because I don't want to be able to afford an apartment
Yeah.
on the river.
Yeah, I think that, in these places, you can come outside and you see the mountains or you see the river. And that's really something that people find a lot of comfort in these kind of really uncertain times when everything is changing at such a rapid pace. That's kind of a constant that you can kind of rely on.
Does that change the job market in some way that people are looking for work that they can do remotely?
I think it does because it definitely triggers a little bit of a industrial sector transition between different types of jobs that can be done at home versus jobs that necessarily require people to be face to face with other people, face to face with coworkers, and so on. And I think that's also one of the reasons why people are hesitant to get back into some of those service industry jobs is that interfacing with customers and really putting yourself out there.
So that's probably creating a kind of pressure, right? Like that there are some jobs that require personal interface with people who may or may not be wearing masks and may or may not be vaccinated at this point. And would you suspect? I'm asking you to speculate a little bit here, and I realize
Right.
this, but I am asking you to speculate. Does it appear to you that those are the jobs that are having the hardest time finding people who want to do them?
Yes, I mean, I would definitely speculate so that any of these jobs that require a higher risk profile are definitely going to be the jobs that are going to have a higher difficulty in finding people that are able to be comfortable in taking on those jobs. And that's why you see some of that increases in wages as well as sign-on bonuses for the McMinimums that you see out there are indicative of these kind of paying a premium for the risk that people are going to take.